Alrighty guys, we're back for some Big Red Phoenix, and this is a Streets of New Capenna standard build. We're going to go over the deck, then hop into some ranked. I think it's safe to take this one into ranked. Honestly, it's safe to take any deck into ranked, but I think this one's actually going to be pretty decent too, so we'll see. For anyone who may not know, I'm Red Cat, and I play aggro decks and any decks with red in them as well, so I hope that sounds fun to you guys. So what do we got in the deck here? We have 4 Goldhounds and 4 Riveteers Requisitioners. Both of these are kind of included as kind of ramp cards, right? And if you're not ramping with Requisitioner, then at least maybe you're getting some damage in to the opponent's face, which could be pretty good. And it has haste in the later game. If you go ahead and blitz this out, could just end up winning you the game, right? Because there's a lot of matches against control where you're like, oh no, they've destroyed everything. It comes down to this top deck. And so you really need a haste creature in those moments, right? We have 4 Shatterskull Smashings, which is probably pretty unnecessary, but I found that I wanted a lot of land no matter what, and I didn't have a lot of removal in this on the front end of this curve here, and so Shatterskull, you could take a couple of these out and squeeze in other removal if you wanted to, but I'm going to drop this in the mana base for now. So in the 3-drop spots, we have 4 Fable of the Mirror Breakers, hopefully ramping us with that first little goblin, but the discard effect is going to be pretty important in this deck as well. We have 4 Reckless Stormseekers for that haste and for that nighttime, daybound, nightbound ability. Yeah, I'm sorry, daytime, nighttime ability, same thing at this point, right? We have a couple Celestus. Honestly, 2 makes sense. I get that it's legendary, but the opponents actually have tons of ways to remove this nowadays. Everyone's packing some kind of like enchantment artifact removal in their decks, and so 2 still makes sense. And this is actually a great card that you want to see often in this build in particular. And it could help you cycle through cards as well, which is really good, and gain life, which could be important. We have 3 Jaxis the Troublemakers. This card is going to be great in this deck. Being able to blitz this out and copy some chunky creatures that you're about to see on the top end of this curve is just really powerful. Only 3 because it is legendary. So we have 4 Sunstreak Phoenix. So this is a 4-drop, 4/2 Flying Phoenix. I don't know how often this gets played, so I'm going to go over it real quick. If it's neither day nor night, it becomes day as Sunstreak Phoenix enters the battlefield. When day becomes night or night becomes day, you may pay 2 mana. If you do, return Sunstreak Phoenix from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. So tapped is something to remember there, of course. But being able to bring this back from the grave after discarding a couple of them to like a Fable of the Mirror Breaker is kind of insane. And then, of course, now we see why the Celestus is in here, because you can alter it to a day or night with just 3 mana, right? And tapping the rock too, and then maybe bring a Phoenix back or something. Now, the Phoenix is relatively slow because it does enter tapped, but I think in this deck in particular, there's a lot of ways to get value out of this, right? Even though it does come out tapped, copying it with the reflection of Kiki Jiki, I mean, you get that token of the Phoenix, so you get a 4/2 flyer in the air, right? And it's similar with Jaxis, of course, creating a token of the Phoenix. Same concept, even if you do bring this out tapped, right? And then when it does untap, being able to copy these Phoenix is kind of awesome because you have a ton of damage flying through in the air then, right? So we have 4 burn down the house because board wipes are pretty important, and I'm going to be real with you. Sometimes it's going to be important to burn down the house on turn 4, right? Sometimes you're going to need to ramp into this off of a Goldhound or something, so yeah, it's going to be a very important card here, but then it's also a very aggressive card too. If you are up against control and you don't need to control the board state at all yourself, these devils can get the job done. Obviously, right, you guys see burn down the house all the time. Volatile Arsonist, so this is in here for the day-night ability as well, making sure that we get the day-night switches off and actually being able to utilize those is very important in this deck. This is just an amazing card too. Menace Haste 4/4, and then when it attacks, it deals 1 damage to each of up to 1 target creature up to one target player and or up to one target planeswalker. And then if it ever becomes nighttime, it's a 5/5 instead of a 4/4, and it does 2 damage and all those abilities instead, right? So very, very spicy card to copy off of the Jaxis or copy with the reflection of Kiki-Jiki, right? Speaking of copying, like Riveteers Requisitioner is a great card to copy here because you can get some ramp off of that and stuff. And yeah, this is going to be an interesting one, guys, as we focus like on that early ramp. And we always want to see a land, so we only have 23 land, but plus the 4 Shatterskulls, so 27 potential land here. We are rocking a Crawling Barrens because I think that could be important, because there's going to be moments where we have tons of mana left over, and so plugging some counters into this and getting a beefy creature might be come in handy, right? Then of course a Field of Ruin, as well as 2 Den of the Bugbears and a Crucible, 18 normal mountains. I think that's everything, guys. It's a pretty simple game plan. Get chunky creatures and copy them with Jaxis or copy them with the reflection. Kind of ramp on up, right? Or it's a pretty aggressive mid-range build, honestly, because if you get Stormseeker on 3 and Phoenix on 4, that's pretty powerful. If the opponent doesn't remove it on 5, you're like slapping out Jaxis and copying the Phoenix, or maybe you have reflection at that point, right? Like there's kind of a lot going on in this mid-range, very very aggressive top end, right? Either way, let's go ahead and hop into some ranked and see how it goes. Whoop, almost hopped into normal play mode there. That was a close one. I almost queued in. I almost had to tell you guys we're going to play a normal play mode one first. Oh, man. Let's see what the opponent's bringing. Really? We really got the 2? The instant punish for running 2 colorless land. Oh my goodness, guys. That's something to consider. That's something to consider for sure. I did see a red source there, right? I didn't see a Shatterskull. I should have looked harder, I suppose. I think sending a mountain there is safe. Yeah, that's hilarious, man. The instant punish. Well, the truth of the matter is, if we would have like gotten rid of either the Crawling Barrens or the Field of Ruin, then, you know, we would have only drawn one of them anyways. Technically, if we swapped it out for a mountain, though, then it might have just been a mountain, but... Okay, so we'll go... Field of Ruin, we'll get the Requisitioner down. We won't blitz it. And swing in, because Menace. Don't miss that extra Goldhound damage, right? It's pretty easy to forget because the card's just amazing. It's only in here for ramp, but the Menace and the First Strike is no joke, so... Okay, we got the Phoenix. We can ramp right into that. We can swing first because we could use the treasure off the Requisitioner instead. See what they do here. They might just take the 3. We might be able to cheese the 3 through. Have 1 treasure open. They're gonna block, but we do get the Phoenix. I don't mind this. I don't mind this because we get to keep Goldhound for another ramp at some point. What do you guys think? You think that was a worthwhile risk? Because I think there's a possibility that we could have cheesed that through too, so... Now Jaxis next turn is looking pretty spicy. We can discard the mountain. Can blitz it out, discard the mountain to copy the Phoenix and get a big swing in the air here. Without... Yeah, we get to draw a couple off of the Jaxis play, so even without the Phoenix, we probably copy the Goldhound just to cycle through this hand a little bit here. We'll see, though. If they get rid of both creatures, then we really have to consider, because this could be a meat hook for 2. Okay. Okay, no meat hook this time round. That's good. Nice, nice. So we have a... Oh, another mountain. Okay. So I'm going to save that for now. I'm going to blitz this out. I'm going to copy the Phoenix. Boop, boop. Oh, that's so spicy. That's so spicy, guys. Keep Goldhound, I guess, right? They can easily double block that. And we get to draw a couple. Pretty good. Pretty good, guys. Another land. Uh-oh. Another land. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay, Reflection. Or, yeah, I keep calling Fable of the Mirrorbreaker Reflection of Kiki-Jiki. It's the same card, but it's also not, so... Oh, man. This is fun so far. We got, like, the first combo to work. We're not drawing too well. Like, the mulligan was pretty devastating, wasn't it? Yeah, that extra counter on the gold span is actually huge for them, because now we can't just, like, trade with the Phoenix. Which, by the way, Phoenix trades with a lot, which is kind of awesome. Okay. Yeah, we're looking for stuff other than land, but... Block there. We're gonna take 6. They're getting lower than us, so... I wonder what their plan here is. Deadly Dispute, okay. Yeah, they can, that treasure they can tap for 2 because of gold span. I wasn't even thinking about that. That could have been a lot. There's actually a lot that could happen here. For 2 mana. Oh no! Okay, we have to thin out the deck. It's gonna be... I hope they don't have removal for the Sunstreak Phoenix, because I'm gonna try to get all of this through. Yeah, we're gonna thin the deck with Field of Ruin, and we'll hit the, I don't even know, probably just one of their black sources, I suppose. Yeah, 3 land in a row, that's pretty rough. Pretty rough. At least we do get this thin. We don't mind seeing the mana necessarily, it's just kind of an awkward stage of where almost anything else would have been better there. Yeah, I don't think we keep this as a blocker. I shouldn't have given them that open mana, by the way, guys. Don't do what I just did. I wasn't necessarily thinking there. I apologize. That could have been much worse, because they could have had 3 open mana to do something before we swung. So we technically wanted to do the Field of Ruin on their turn. I always get a little bit hasty with things like that, and it's not a good idea. Okay, so if they don't kill anything here, there's like a ton of stuff we can draw that would get the job done. So we'll see. We'll see. Deck feels pretty good so far. Yeah, the draws were horrible this game, but we'll see about next game. Meat hook for 2. Yeah, okay. So, if they play another card, did they play another card yet? No, they just attacked, right? If they play another card, we'll be able to spend 2 to bring the Phoenix back, but it only comes out tapped, so gold span. Another land? Oh no, guys. Oh no. Well, that's that. I mean, there wasn't a lot we could draw there. Another Phoenix to block the gold span would have been good. But I'm going to let them swing in unless they take too long here. Okay, good game. Yeah, we didn't see a lot there, did we? The Reclusive Painter, what an MVP for the opponent. Being able to get Goldspan to that 5/5 was huge for them, because there were moments where, yeah, we would have just kept Phoenix back as a blocker, potentially. But being a terrible chump blocker for the Goldspan, So they don't know what's in our hand, so they're making sure that they power this up and everything to try to get some extra damage through in case it is like some kind of spot removal or something, right? The Hive eats the Phoenix. You got it, buddy. You got that damage. You keep clicking on through. There you go. So, yeah, that was a weird one, man. I usually we draw a little bit better, so if we have more matches like that, then it's usually a deck building problem and not just like bad luck, right? Usually there's something like, oh, okay, I need to drop another land, right? Or something like that. That being said, we really, really want to see the mana. Even when we are ramping, we really want to see the extra mana, trust me. So we'll see. Hopefully it's a better start here too. We had that really fun Jaxis play, which is one of those things where... Okay, much better. Okay, whew! There's like no, there's no early game, but this is way better than the last starting hand. Commando! Ow! Blitz for 2, draw a card? I don't think so. I think we want to make sure we can like copy the reflection tokens to get extra treasure and everything. So the Celestus is probably going to be pretty good here. Okay, we got some Boros aggro, which I'm not too worried about. As long as the Luminarch doesn't get above the 5 for burn down the house. We're gonna go Celestus over the Fable, and I hope that's the right decision. It's like I said earlier, sometimes you gotta burn down the house on turn 4, and I think that's gonna be the case here. I really do. At this point, if they know that we have like a big red scenario, I was gonna say, if they know that we had that, then they really don't want to play another creature out now unless they can expend... unless they have enough in their hand to be able to have that creature die, right? So we'll see what's actually in their hand. So land is a decent draw. We're gonna burn down the house regardless here. Like we can't let them have 3 creatures, and a 3-for-1 is pretty good for us at this point. 3 more burn down the house in the deck, and I want to see them. We want to draw them at this point. Okay, more land. That's not terrible. I'm telling you guys, it's not a terrible thing to see land in this build. Okay, options. Could discard the Crucible to a Jaxis and filter through some of our hand here looking for more removal and get a treasure token. I don't mind that one bit. I don't mind it one bit, guys. Probably just take the 2 because their creatures are valuable. And now we get to, yeah, we get to filter through our hand, which is something you don't think about with Jaxis often. Nice, nice. Okay, this is what I'm talking about. This is how the deck was supposed to be running. Yeah, burn down the house is a huge one for us to have on hand. Royal Eruption, that makes my decision easier next turn. Going for 3. We are getting pretty low though. I mean, we're not as low as they would like, but discard up to 2 cards. I'm tempted to just play the Phoenix, but this is fine too. I like the Jaxis play, but I'm curious to see what else we can hit here. Okay, more land. That's fine. You get a reflection next turn. We could power up Den. We have Field of Ruin if we need to. We have Celestus. I think it's just burn down the house again, guys. I think getting rid of these creatures is pretty powerful for us, and we're just gonna keep Jaxis on hand. And we have Field of Ruin open, but I don't know if we're going to necessarily do that. Yeah, maybe to thin out our own deck. Okay, that haste is very valuable for them. Very, very valuable. Let me think. 2. Yeah, we only have 2 for that. Yeah, I say thinning the deck is worth it here. What do you guys think? Getting rid of the treasure, thin the deck. Like, we don't want to draw too many mountains now that we actually have enough. We have enough of everything for now. I think that is perfectly acceptable. We're down to 8. We're still in the danger zone. We're in the danger zone against an aggressive deck like that for sure. So, reflection. Okay. I need it. I need my Phoenix on the board for this to work out properly. So I think keeping Den open and keeping Celestus open is pretty good. We also just have enough to just activate Celestus to nighttime too. To bring the Phoenix back now. I think I want to keep the Den open though. 1, 2, right? Oh, yeah. I still have enough with the Celestus. Okay. Okay, I thought I miscounted. I'm sorry, opponent. This deck's actually hard to run for the first time. Okay. So, gain 1 life, draw a card, discard a card. Nice, nice. Okay, that's what we've been wanting to see here. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. 4/4 Cavalry is pretty scary. We got our Phoenix though. Come on, guys. We can get there. We can get there. Celestus gains us. Is it nighttime? Okay, that's good news, I guess. Kind of want to kill that first, but... Oh, we double block, buddy. What do you guys think? I think we double block. At any... So any amount of creature death to them is good for us. That's my theory there. What do you guys think? I think that was a double block though. And we can actually keep... So, okay. Can we keep up with their aggression now is the question. 1, 2, 3 with the mountain. Oh, we don't have an extra card to discard off of Jaxis then. Okay. So Volatile Arsonist. So my brain hurts, guys. Somebody send help. I'm gonna go for filtering. We're gonna copy the Phoenix. We're gonna discard the mountain. I just feel like we just don't need the mountain, right? That first strike we're gonna let through. Okay. And now we have 2 cards coming to hand. And they are now in the danger zone as well because we have a super aggressive board. And Shatterskull, beautiful. Okay, good. Ooh, if we don't die next turn, Shatterskull will be able to do some damage at least, so. And we can power up the Celestus too to do some things. The problem is if it goes back to Brutal Cathar, then they grab the Phoenix, and we want to be able to outrace them here. Do we have enough damage now? No, we don't. Unless... Wait, yeah, it's nighttime. It depends what they have in their hand. Alright, I'm gonna try it. Goldhound is a blocker. They must have removal for the Phoenix, right? Oh, this is scary because it would be safer to just Shatterskull the Moonrage, but I think if they don't have removal for the Phoenix, then this is really good. They have removal for the Phoenix. Oh no. Oh no. Wait. They're waiting for us to swing first. Ah! Up to 1 target. So we're going to submit 0 because that's a pay 3 life ward, which is... Oh, yeah, we didn't want to do that with Shatterskull anyways. We want it to be daytime to remove the Brutal Cathar instead of the Moonrage Brute. 1 player and submit 0. Yep, okay. Play with Fire hits the Phoenix. They're down to 3. We're gonna trade it to Daytime, and they can gobble up the Goldhound. So if I lay Goldhound, it switches to Daytime. They can take it and then swing for 2, and all they need is 1 hasty creature. Oh, this is rough, guys. This is very rough. Maybe they don't hit the Goldhound and we still have a blocker. We'll see. We'll see, won't we? See, we have Shatterskull. Oh, did they end up... Okay, yep, gain 1 life. Draw a card, discard a card. Ooh, Reckless Stormseeker. Ah, that has to be better than the removal, right? No, not if they hit the Arsonist. Yeah, the removal's probably better here. We get Phoenix back with the rest of our mana. Right, so we still have a chump blocker. There it is, guys. We got there. Oh my goodness, my brain hurt from that one. That was awesome. Okay, I gotta put that warning right now. This deck is way harder than you would think. There's a lot going on with the whole daytime, nighttime. You got to think about a lot of different things. This one's hard. This one's definitely hard. I've made a few other red mid-range builds recently, and I think those ones are gonna be way easier to pilot. Now I'm a little nervous, guys, because yeah. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you guys think this one looks difficult, or do you guys think you could pilot it easily? Really depends. I think it would come down to more practice with a deck like this for sure. Oh man. These have been pretty slow hands, haven't they? Opponent goes first here. I'm gonna keep it. I'm not too concerned about winning or losing. Even though we are in ranked, like we're just in gold, so I'm just not that concerned about it. Oh, nice. Okay, good. So we could ramp into Celestus. So ramping into a ramp might not seem like it's the best, but then we have like the night and day cycles gaining us life earlier and stuff, so that could be really good. Oh, we got some Esper over there, guys. All right. I think we can safely just get this out tapped. What do you guys think? 1 damage through. A turn 3 Phoenix isn't terrible, but it might just eat a counter, and so something a bit more reasonable. Stormseeker's pretty good. Celestus is pretty good. We have a lot of options here, guys. The Celestus ramp is actually pretty good because we can have a turn 4 Arsonist, which is excellent. So let's see if we can get that Celestus down. So that's a lot of open mana with some blue. So yeah, they sure did. They saw it coming. Well, if it is just straight up control, then I'd rather it be the Celestus than a Stormseeker because we want as much barreling through to their face as possible, right? Speaking of which, that's a great draw. We're gonna blitz this out to draw an extra card, and if something like this gets a counter, that's way better than. So this could be a Wandering Emperor, and I would not put it past the opponent at all at this point with what we've seen, with them just, you know, passing the turn and whatnot. So no Wandering Emperor. Get a treasure, draw a card. I feel like that's pretty important. Well, Memory Deluge. So we have, I would like to see the other land, but it's also like fine. We have plenty of ramp here to do the stuff that we want to do. Five mana. Man, they let the opponent go first here, man. This is scary. Oh my goodness. Hey, get out of my hand. Get out of here. What are they gonna discard? I would get rid of, yeah, if they discard the Phoenix, we can start to bring that back. I would get rid of the Arsonist. That's a scary, scary top-end creature to go against. I hope the opponent's over there like, oh, I haven't seen a red deck like this yet. But you never know. Someone might have made one. Especially a Sunstreak Phoenix deck. Those have definitely been a thing in the past, but I haven't seen one recently with the new Capenna cards. So, especially Jaxis, that kind of brings the deck together. Being able to have these super. They got rid of my Jaxis. Those monsters. I wonder if they have. Okay, Shatterskull. So if they have a Jwari Disruption open, then Volatile Arsonist would be awful here. I don't mind taking the 3 for the Shatterskull and just trying like Phoenix or something. But I also don't mind taking 3 from Shatterskull and going into Stormseeker. And then if it is a Jwari or like a Make Disappear, then we have the mana to save it. Right? So let's try it. Stormseeker. Okay, we can also play Goldhound this time round too. Could be some simple removal over here. Some simple spot removal from the opponent. Honestly, our deck should be able to get through a control build. It just has enough, like, chunky threats that we can draw into, and, like, enough haste and everything that eventually we should be able to wear the opponent down enough. So, a board wipe would be pretty bad to lose both Goldhounds to. But I think I gotta risk it, guys. I think we have to risk every little bit of extra damage. While a board wipe right now, we still have 5 mana because of the treasure. So if they do board wipe, it will most likely cost a lot of their mana. Okay. Massacre for 3. Yep, that's fine. And now we can get Volatile Arsonist down safely. Which... It does suck. It does suck that we lose it. It sucks that they gain the life and everything, but it's fine. Because Arsonist gets them down to 8, and we still have tons of threats. Yeah, we could have saved the Goldhound back, but was it worth? Was it worth the risk? I don't know. That's up for debate, right? I personally think it was, because what were we going to do with that Goldhound this turn or something, right? Nothing, because the Arsonist was going to drop either way. Unless playing that Goldhound made their meat hook, like, made them want to meat hook instead, right? Woo! Back up to 13 here. Now it's getting pretty scary, I'm not going to lie. Now it's getting pretty scary. I'm gonna want to try... I say haste, because if they run out of this removal nonsense, then Sunstreak Phoenix gets them dangerously low next turn. Okay, nice, back up to 14. I still think this is anyone's game. That's probably a Doomscar, right? Great draw. Amazing draw. Holy cow. That has Menace. They probably double block into it, but... Well, no, they can't. More damage through on this side. Because when we swing, we get that 1 damage. To player... Planeswalker? No. I'm surprised. I'm surprised they didn't have any Planeswalkers yet. They can only chump the Stormseeker. Yeah. Might as well. No? Save it? Yeah, might as well. That's what I would do. Back down to 8. Opponent has gained a ton of life this game. I like this game because I think it showcases how we can actually compete against solid control, and I would consider the opponent's deck solid control for sure. What they gained 4 off the March, 4 off the Revelry, 3, 4, maybe 5 off the Meat Hook so far, and we're doing pretty good, man. Meat Hook for 4. Oh no. Okay. Okay, but we're still in it, guys, and this kind of shows the importance of Den of the Bugbear too, guys. This really shows the importance of a Den of the Bugbear. So I like the Devils here, because if it's a Doomscar, we still have 3 more damage on the board. What do you guys think? Very, very tough match. A couple meat hooks and all this other stuff that's been going on. It's pretty rough. Pretty rough, guys. Honestly, I'm down for another burn down the house off the top. That might do some spicy things. Meat hooks rough. Oh, nighttime. Nighttime. This is probably just a saw it coming then, right? Because a Doomscar would have made sense, because they would have gained 1, and then they would have lost 1, so they'd still be at 7. It was probably a saw it coming. If it is, then technically the Phoenix would be better here, because they would see it coming, they would go over here, and then we'll still have the Reckless Stormseeker as a surprise next turn, right? I'm going to start with the swing, actually. I'm going to keep that Stormseeker. I think that's going to be pretty important. And let's see if they saw the Sunstreak coming. It hits. And we don't have the 2 open mana. This is kind of what I was talking about with, even though we were getting like flooded that first game, the mana is pretty important in this deck. Because if we had 2 open instead, oh nice. They get to gain 2 and exile a devil without taking that damage. Oh, they go for plussing the Emperor, which makes me wonder what their plan here is this turn. I guess they could -2 it this turn, but they also could have done it the opposite way too, where they -2 and then plussed on this turn. I have no idea what their plan is here, but I don't know, man. I'm feeling pretty confident, even though there's a lot the opponent... Opponent! You monster! Oh, that is brutal, guys. Okay. Luckily, we have a little bit of trample here, huh? Swing on through to the face, and they can -2 the Storm Charge Slasher next turn. But we got to get every ounce of damage through, because what happens is Jaxis has haste. Oh no, guys! I just missed lethal. Oh no! Oh, the punish! Oh, the realization! I got so greedy with the Jaxis ability, like, oh yeah, we need 3 mana to pull this off, right? No, we don't. Oh, they must have other spot removal. They must. They didn't -2 the storm. Oh yeah, it's other spot removal. Oh no, guys. Oh no, don't blame the deck, blame me. I just missed lethal damage because Jaxis has haste. Oh, nice. We're getting really good draws here, guys. If this isn't a Fading Hope in hand, we just won the game. Never punished. Never punished. Submit 0. Okay. There it is. Oh my goodness. Oh, my heart just about stopped when I realized that I missed lethal. Woo! We got there, guys. Holy cow. I need to breathe after that match. What a game. It feels so good to win against control. It really does. Like every single time. Let's crack a pack. I gotta I gotta take a breather, man. Holy cow. Hey, Battle Mammoth, that's my first one. Let's go. I haven't played with Battle Mammoth yet. It seems pretty cool, though. Okay, let's go ahead and go over the deck again because these matches are pretty long. Big Red Phoenix. Okay, like I said in the middle of the video there, guys, this one's tough. This is a tough deck to pilot. Now, maybe I'm just not playing at the best that I can right now. But, yeah. This one is tough. So something to consider, that first match we had to mulligan because we had Crawling Barrens and Field of Ruin in our opener. That is going to happen sometimes, but it shouldn't punish you too often, honestly. So you could go down to Crawling Barrens, but be warned, that last match, think about how good a Crawling Barrens might have been there, right? If we had a couple turns to plug some counters into that. Now, we ended up winning the last match without creature lands anyways, but the creature lands were probably going to be pretty important. So you could drop a Crawling Barrens and go up another Den, but again, Den might slow you down more than you would like, because there's a lot of 3, 4s, and 5 drops here, and so hopefully that doesn't slow you down too much. I think you could at least keep the one Field of Ruin without getting punished. And the Field of Ruin might come in handy. Just don't do what I did and activate it on your own turn, because this is at instant speed, and so you don't want to give your opponent an untapped land like I did. I'm just crazy, so yeah, don't do that. Celestus seemed pretty good. Sunstreak Phoenix was awesome with Jaxis, and we didn't get to see Reflection, did we? I think, yeah, we instantly blocked in that one match against the Boros aggro, which I think was a great play. Even though we lost 2 of our cards, we were getting dangerously low, and we ended up winning that match. So Reflection, though, obviously is going to work beautiful with Arsonist and everything. This was a ton of fun, but a very difficult deck to pilot. You got to have practice with a deck like this. If you guys end up playing it, now it's very expensive, isn't it, on the wild cards? Yeah, a bunch of 12 mythics and a bunch of rares as well. Yeah, if you guys end up playing this one, though, for some reason, or if you have the wild cards for it, let me know how it goes. And if you end up playing a bunch of matches with it, definitely let me know that win rate, because I think the win rate here, I think you can do a pretty good job with this right now. I mean, we saw that we could break through Boros, and Boros is going to be a pretty tough one. I think this has a chance against Naya too. The problem with the Naya runes is you need a lot of early game removal, and right now we really only have Shatterskull, which really isn't early game removal. You're just trying to ramp into that mid game as fast as possible and hopefully outrace them. So I guess in that case, Burn Down the House is probably the best case scenario against Naya runes as well, right? Either way, guys, holy cow, this was a deck, man, and yeah, like that last game kind of took my words away, so I'm just gonna go ahead and back out of the video now. If you guys made it this far, though, y'all are champions, and I super duper appreciate you, and I will see you in the next video.